Hey YouTubers, welcome to Araleous-Yugioh-Australia. This is my YouTube channel and it's dedicated to showing the variety of the goods and the bads of Yu-Gi-Oh decks. Today we're going into the world of Harpies, which is Mia's world from the TV show. This is a very basic and normal structure of a Harpy deck. It plays fairly well, mostly relies on rank 4 plays, so let's get into it. Alright, so starting with Harpy Dancer. So, Harpy Dancer's effect: you can target one monster you control, return it to the hand, and then you can special summon another wind type monster. Now your field spell allows you to pop back row, destroy spells or traps. So if your opponent is pretty heavy on the back row, you normal summon this, you get one pop, you use its effect, when you normal summon your other Harpy, you get a second pop of back row. So it's basically your own version of Twin Twister on the field. Makes it very interesting. It's pretty good. Wouldn't hold anything against it. Does the job. Next is your Harpy Queen. Harpy Queen is your basically your Gravekeeper Commandant of the deck. You discard it, you get your field spell. So it's your terraforming, which is what every deck needs when they run a field spell. Next is your Harpy Harpist at 3. A very important card. It's the most recent card release for this deck. When it's sent to the graveyard, at the end of that turn you get to search for a 1500 or less attack wing beast type monster and add it to your hand. So this is how you search out your Harpy Channeler and add it to your hand for good plays. So one upstart goblin. So then we've got 3 Harpy Ladies. You're only allowed to run 3 Harpy Ladies. Now it designates here on the card, this card's name is treated as Harpy Lady, which means it's treated as Harpy Lady all the time when it's in the graveyard, when it's in the deck, the whole lot. You're only allowed to run 3 Harpy Ladies in a deck, and you use Elegant Egotist to search these out and special summon them and go for better and bigger rank 4 plays. I run Cyber Lady because it's 1800, 2k beta with your field spell, which is pretty good. Then Harpy Lady 1, it gains your monsters 300 attack. All wind type monsters gain 300 from this card, including itself. So 1600, 1800 with the field spell, which isn't terrible. Then there's your key player of the deck, which is your Harpy Channeler. You can discard 1 Harpy card, special summon 1 Harpy monster from your deck in face-up defense position. Now, you'd use this card to go for rank 4 plays. You also use this card to go into your rank 7 plays by special summoning your Harpy's Pet Dragon. And when this card's on the field, this card becomes level 7, so you get your rank 7 overlays. So, very good card. Probably the main player of the deck. Then of course your 2 Harpy's Pet Dragon. You can play Baby Dragon, but it's kind of silly. So you'd just play 2 of these. You get at least 2 rank 7s and a decent, if it lasts. Alright, next, your field spell. So, Harpy's Hunting Ground. All winged beast type monsters gain 200 attack and defense when a Harpy Lady or Harpy's Lady sister are normal or special summoned. The player who conducted the summon targets 1 spell or trap card on the field and destroys that target. Now, that is not optional, you have to do it. If this is the only spell card on the field, you do have to destroy this. It is a cost for the special summon, or the summon essentially. Or actually it's a cost for the gain attack, I believe. But yeah, when you're normal or special summon a Harpy and that's on the field, you have to pop someone's spell trap card, whether it be your own or theirs. One bottomless, because most decks run bottomless or strikes. I don't have strikes, so I don't get to run them. That's the unfortunate way it goes sometimes. So next card is a really good card, spell card, Swallow's Nest. If you don't draw a Channeler and you draw a Dancer or something that won't help you this turn, you normal it, then you activate this card, you tribute it to the graveyard, and then you get to special summon your Channeler to go into your place. Just for combos. Hysteric Sign, awesome card. You get to add Elegant Egotist from deck to hand when you activate it. If it's MST'd or dies, or you kill it yourself with your field spell on a normal or special summon. At the end phase, you get to add 3 Harpy cards from deck to hand. So it's a way to search out Channeler. It's a way to search out what you need. Elegant Egotist. So the other card added this card. So this card, when you control a Harpy Lady that is on the field, you can special summon a Harpy Lady from your deck. The targets for this are Cyber Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady 1, which I run 2. So you only have 3 targets for this card, so you only run 2, because if you do draw the first one, that only leaves you with 2 targets in the deck. You wouldn't run any more than 2. Some decks only run 1, because you can recycle that easily. Next, still into spells. 1 Instant Fusion for your Northern Rank floor plays. 1 Raigeki, because it's a staple of every deck, essentially. 1 Storm. I interchange this with Mask Change 2. Mask Change 2, you discard a card, you tribute a monster on the field, and then you get to special summon a masked hero with that tributed monster's attribute. So these are wind types, so I get the wind elemental hero who can't be destroyed by battle. It's a good stall tactic. This card in particular destroys as many spell trap cards that you control, and then you get to destroy your opponents to that equal number. So you would use this card to pop Hysteric Sign, and then get your add at the end, and then obviously you get to destroy one of your opponents, which is always handy. Next is your double Icarus attack. Popular through Black Wings. Tribute a wing based. You can chain it to many things, and you can use it to destroy pendulum zones. It's effectively your Twin Twister, plus you can destroy monsters. So as long as they can be targeted, which is becoming not a thing anymore. Hysteric Party, good card. It's effectively your Call of the Haunted. So you could run Call of the Haunted instead. The speed's the same, except with this one you get to special summon as many, basically all your Harpy Leaders in the graveyard to the field. But if this card dies, then they all die. So you want to be activating this card on your turn, so you can go for your rank 4 plays. That's all I'll say about that one. You can interchange it with Call of the Haunted, doesn't really matter. Effect value doesn't really work in this deck because it's a light type, and this is mainly focused on winds. I have tried interchanging a few different wind types like Black Wings and that, but I like to keep a pure Harpy Lady deck, so that's what I go with. The only way I've found that this deck can negate monster effects is to run Breakthrough Skill. 1 is not enough because you don't draw it often enough. 2 seems like the perfect number. It is a fairly trap heavy deck. I mean, there's probably 7 or 8. I wouldn't go any higher unless I had strikes, but I don't run strikes. And yeah, just the double negation effect of Breakthrough Skill. It's very, very good. So, extra deck. We're looking at rank 7 plays. We've got Big Eye, Red Eyes, and Mecha Phantom. Big Eye, you want to go second turn to summon this. Steal your opponent's monster as long as they can be targeted. Mecha Phantom, stall tactics. Get a big beater on the field, 2600. use its effect, it can't be destroyed by a battle or by card effect. You can also tribute tokens to destroy your opponent's monsters. I believe it does target, so if that's not a thing, then you'll need to stall. Red Eyes, good for burn. Whenever your opponent activates something, 500 damage. Can't be recycled once it's in the graveyard, which is unfortunate, but it's the way it goes. Castel, obvious reasons. Return to hand, return to deck. Good card. Good rank 4. Queen Dragon Djinn. You want to get this out with Red Eyes to make Red Eyes last longer, do more burn. When this card's on the field, it can only target this card for attacks. So yeah, you sacrifice that to make your Red Eyes last a bit longer. Diamond Direwolf, good card. Tribute your wing base to destroy cards. Does target, which is unfortunate. That's the way it goes. Norden, instant fusion target, obviously, for your rank 4 plays. Raid Raptor Blade Burner Falcon is a new card. It's from Dragons of Legends 3. It's a good card if you're near the end game. You're more than 3,000 life points behind your opponent. It becomes a 4k beater when it's on the field. And if it destroys a card, you can detach one to destroy more, basically. So, equal to the amount of Xyz materials you detach. Doesn't target with the second effect, which is really, really important. Cowboy, for burn. Pretty good defense. Not that great these days, but 800 can win the game. It's as simple as that. Honor Arc does target, can steal your opponent's monsters. Good card. Beast Dweller, good card. Negates monsters' graveyard effects. There's no real other reason to run this card other than that. If you have Human Honor Arc on the field, Honor Arc gains attack, which is always good. Other than that, that's the only reason really. Dark Rebellion Dragon, get over your big beaters. As long as they can be targeted, this guy can beat them up. It's always good. Right, key player, Harpies Phantasmal Dragon. 3 level 4 wins, can attack your opponent directly while it has Xyz materials. So that gives you 2 turns with 2k direct. If you've got the field spell, it's 2200, so pretty good burn. Can't be destroyed or can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects or attacks while it has Xyz material. So another good stall tactic. And then double Chidori. So when this card's summoned, you get to basically destroy it face down your opponent controls. Actually returns it to the bottom of the deck. Once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card to target one face-up card your opponent controls. Return that target to the top of the deck. So if they have a monster, for instance, that has to be special summoned a certain way, and you return it to the top of the deck, they draw into that monster, they can't do anything, and you just get another turn to do some destruction. So pretty good card. It's 2100 beater with the field spell. And swing base type monster, so you, actually no it's not, it's a thunder Xyz effect. Wing base, it's wing, wind monster, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, struggling today. But very, very good card. If you get 2 of these out consecutive turns, you can really stuff your opponent up. Pretty good. So that's my Harpy deck profile 2016. Thank you for watching. I hope this information was useful for you guys. Please subscribe to my page at Araleous-Yugioh-Australia. We'll be posting more very, very soon with some guests and guest decks, hoping to get a good variety so you guys can watch and learn.